I should apologize. This is not a gimmick for the movie. I'm covered in dog hair right now, and my dog is on my lap currently.
Oh, come on. Hold
She's
that
having
face
one of those
up.
days.
Let's take a look
Wanna
at
say
it.
hi, Toots?
Who is this?
This is
Who is it?
Tootsie.
Oh, Tootsie looks like a miniature Seamus there.
A little bit.
All right, put Tootsie down. She looks concerned. She looks confused.
I feel like that's just her general state of being. But yes,
Oh.
you have worked with so many people in your career. Where does Seamus stack up, co-star wise?
Absolute top of the list. No one I have worked with has more deeper, welcoming, emotive, love-filled eyes than Seamus. Big, big, big brown orbs. And a lot of the stuff that you do in the movie is, behavior, a learned behavior. He gets a reward if he does a thing right. And even if he looks at you in those circumstances, he knows he's doing it because he's going to get a treat, sometimes from me. But when you're just hanging around the set waiting for a shot, and you're sitting on the couch in the RV, and you might take a nap, or you might lean your head back, but Seamus is there, and he's got his head on my thigh, and I can start rubbing his belly and scratching his ears and grabbing his snout and talking to him. The connection I had with those eyes then, it was just worth its weight in gold, and because it was genuine.
Right.
It was actually a dog looking up at me saying, "Hey man, that feels good." Thank you.
I have to say, something about this film really reminded me of that Twilight Zone episode with Burgess Meredith, The Last Man on Earth episode.
Oh,
remember that one?
Yeah.
I feel like Finch is a little bit sweeter and less prickly than he was in that episode, but was there something or someone that you used as a jumping off point for Finch?
Well, no, because the screenplay as it was written was so all encompassing. I mean, I got it literally from the first word, from the first 3 lines of the screenplay was a description of this guy who was inside this suit, sick, alone, who was slowly, methodically eking out what was left of a possible existence there. That's all I needed. In fact, all of the kind of like post-apocalyptic after that, this has become a trope that is very familiar to an awful lot of genres, TV shows. A lot of times they have zombies and people from space and blood-sucking vampire bikers and things like that. And without any of that stuff in there, it became a completely human exercise in, well, what's the behavior? What does he have to do? Then, as I'm reading along, I got down to that moment where he opens the door and there is his dog, which is his true reason for living. Oh, Katie by the door. I would have killed people in order to play this part.
It is fascinating, though, because you shot this pre-pandemic, of course. I feel like it's going to hit people a little differently now based on things that people have experienced over the past year and a half, particularly those who maybe didn't have anyone to quarantine with, but they had someone like the one on my lap right now.
Well, we're all yearning for those moments where certainly we could see the people that we loved, but we also wanted to get back together in a room with a group of strangers. In some ways, the reason that Finch's world has been destroyed, the solar radiation, what have you, that's almost quaint. That's almost like, geez, I wish it had been that cut and dried. Because then I wouldn't have to have been looking out, pondering, oh, I can't wait till I can go back to work again, or can't wait till I can go back to the ballet or church or the park. Where this lands is going to be fascinating, I think, because the most prescient part of the movie is a discussion of what other people did in the time of crisis. It's flashbacks, circumstances, but it did not go well. And I think there's an awful lot of ways we could look at what we've been through these last almost 2 years now and say, hey, it did not go well, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. There's a lot of division and there's a lot of argument and there's a lot of ignorance and there's a lot of opinion that's being thrown about back there. But hey, you know what? The rules of society seem to have held pretty well. And one of the beautiful things is, I think, is that there is I read about it every day, this concept of people are recalibrating their lives based on what they did without for these last 2 years.
Yeah.
That's like an almost evolutionary place in the, in the zeitgeist. That is not a bad thing.
No.
I think people have a lot of faith in themselves and in good luck and in their ability is to not get too down when life kicks them in the head. And if you can do that, things might be okay.
Yep. Let's just keep leading with kindness, and hopefully the majority of us will continue down that path. Fingers crossed.
We'll see. I'm mostly worried about, isn't it time for Tootsie to take a walk now? Should you get that dog out?
I think she's in heaven right now because all I'm doing is sitting petting her. I'm having my Seamus moment in the RV.
There you go. Sweet brown eyes.
There it is. Thank you so much, Mr.
My
Hanks. So
pleasure.
great to talk to you.
Nice to
Take
talk to you,
care.
Kim. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.